This video is brought to you by our friends at tolos.com. Hey guys, I have a question. Do drive modes matter? I'm talking about eco mode versus normal for a pickup truck. What I have right here is the brand new Ford F-150, and it's full of technology. It's got special fuel management for the engine, this 5-liter V8. It has drive modes. So in this video, we're gonna find out, can eco mode actually save you money? Let's do this. You may know TFL truck for doing the Denver 100 loop. This is a little bit different. What I'm doing today is called Tumbleweed 50. Tumbleweed is our ranch here in Colorado, and 50 is the miles I'm gonna go for each loop. I'm gonna do 2 loops. And why 50? Well, it's because it's a mixed loop. A lot of it is in the city because we wanna see exactly how eco mode works versus normal in a city environment. Also with a couple of highways thrown in. As always though, I'm gonna wait 30 seconds to top off. No, I don't want any commercials. Okay, so I'm gonna top off. Sorry about the noise. This is the city. This is the hustle and bustle. This is it. Wow. Okay, so it's topped off. First loop, normal mode. Just standard 2-wheel drive. All right, so as always, for any efficiency test, I'm gonna zero out my trip meter and make sure, well, it always starts in normal mode. And if it doesn't, it asks you which mode you wanna recreate. But it's normal mode, 2-wheel drive, let's go. This is a normal day. It's sunny, 73 degrees ambient temperature. I'm using a little bit of AC. This is an automatic climate control system, so normal commuting. And we've done hundreds of highway efficiency runs. I'm not even exaggerating. We've been doing this for over 13 years. But those are highway loops. We're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna stick with it for at least a year, maybe more, and do this 50-mile loop. And we're doing it near the morning where the traffic is a little bit equivalent to what it would be any other day. So no traffic jams, hopefully. And also, I'm gonna do a 0 to 60 for you in each mode, because that might be another question that you might have. How do these eco modes versus normal, how do they affect your or not just your efficiency, but also your acceleration? Because sometimes you just need that power to get on the highway. In normal driving mode, it still has auto stop start. So right now the engine is not running. And then it comes on, and then I accelerate onto the highway. And I'm gonna leave that alone because I wanna see how the truck behaves the way it wants to behave. I don't wanna change things or go into 4-wheel drive unnecessarily. So that's how I'm gonna do it. The truck I'm driving is a 2025 Ford F-150. It's a Tremor. It does have all-terrain tires, 33s. It does have special suspension, skid plates in the front, which means it also doesn't have that giant chin spoiler that comes down all the way to the ground like some other pickup trucks. So this truck is not the most aerodynamic, and it's not the most efficient truck, but still, nonetheless, it's a 5-liter V8, and it's got a 10-speed automatic and a 373-to-1 rear axle ratio, and 400 horsepower. So this is the halfway point of the loop, TFL Tumbleweed Ranch. I just made my turnaround point, and I went almost, well, according to my trip meter, 24.6 miles. But Tommy and Case did this loop already in a Honda Passport Trail Sport, which you could watch on alltfl.com, and also we'll have a snippet of that video in this video. And they did a GPS measurement of this loop at exactly 50 miles, 50. So right now it's showing 21.8 MPG on my trip meter, which is actually kind of okay. I mean, for a V8 off-road trim pickup truck, for a mixed city and highway loop, that's not a bad result. But I am not going, fast highway speeds. Most of the highways I'm on are about 55 to about 60 miles an hour at the most. So, well, let's get back to the fuel stop in Boulder and let's figure out exactly what it is, and then do the loop again in eco mode. This video is brought to you by our friends at tolos.com. Do you have a trailer like this sitting in a field doing nothing most of the time? Well, you could turn it into a money-making machine right now. It's like Turo for cars or trucks, or Airbnb for homes. You could turn your trailer into a money-making asset. It's actually free to list your trailer on tolos.com. They handle everything, including contracts, payments, and protection for your trailer. Just think, if you have any trailer, car hauler, horse trailer, boat trailer, equipment carrier, anything, you can list it on tolos.com today. And if you list your trailer on tolos.com, you'll join a vibrant community of savvy owners who are cashing in right now. And there is a bonus, there is a giveaway. If you list your trailer on tolos.com, TOWLOS.com/giveaway, you can win a 14K Doolittle car hauler trailer before Tolos reaches 1,500 trailers listed nationwide. Once again, head over to tolos.com/giveaway. You're automatically entered in the giveaway when you add your trailer. Just use the link in the description below. I'm gonna do 3 0 to 60s for you. First one in normal mode, and I'm doing all of these after I've done both of the efficiency loops. So this is not interfering with my efficiency. This is with a full tank of fuel, and just to show the acceleration performance of this truck with various modes. Two-wheel drive, this is normal mode using solid DL GPS meter. And I'm just gonna accelerate. So nothing special, no brake torquing, no traction control disable, no all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, just really a pure acceleration at a mile above sea level, 8.22. So here's my theory. My theory that normal in eco might have similar acceleration, because when I'm asking for maximum power as a driver, the truck should respond with maximum power because it thinks that I really need it, which I do. So, but stay tuned for this. Let me do the lap in eco mode and then come back, because I'm gonna do 2 more 0 to 60s. One in eco mode and another one in sport mode, because that's the sportiest way to do it. Loop is complete. 49.8 miles shown, 22.1 MPG shown. Let's check it at the pump, because it could be different. I'm using 87 octane for all of these runs because that's what's recommended by the manufacturer. Even though at high elevation here in Boulder, Colorado, we also have 85 octane. Let me start filling. And also, here is the government rating. So 15 MPG city, 20 highway, 17 combined. So
another late one. Get Kevin's natural food.
30 seconds and I'll top off. Okay, topping off. Okay. This is insane. I don't believe this. I don't know. 1.96 gallons. This is, let me calculate for you, but it's gonna be insane. All right, so that was 50 miles. Tommy in case verified that. Divide by 1.960. 25.5 MPG baseline in normal mode. And it took us about an hour and 26 minutes to run 50 miles, which means it's a slower speed, a lot of city driving. That's a crazy good number. What's gonna happen in eco mode? Well, let's find out.
The Honda actually agrees with GPS. It's exactly a 50-mile round trip on the dot, which is cool. And in normal mode, the car says we've averaged 25.3 MPG. So let's go to the pump and see if that's true. All right, final results. We drove 50 miles. We're dividing it by 1.629 gallons used. Wow. 30.69? So we're back on the road in sport mode. Now there's a big discussion at the office whether or not to do this in normal or eco or any of the other modes. We decided sport mode because it seems more cars have a sport mode than an eco mode, but maybe we'll do this test again if you guys think it's interesting. All right, so final result, 50 miles driven divided by 1.979 gallons used, 25. So we lost, what, 5-ish MPG?
All right, our trip odometer is reset and we're gonna go ahead and switch into eco mode. Not too bad, let's see. So 50 miles divided by 1.715 is right around 30. So eco mode ended up doing a pretty similar number within a margin of error, I would say, to normal mode.
This truck has 5,951 miles on the clock, so it's basically broken in. And yeah, that's an hour and a half for 50 miles. So that's kind of the average speed we're talking about here, which is pretty slow. And also the MPG here listed was 22. Now let me reset. And also let me switch using this drive mode knob to eco mode. So Ford is a little bit more unique in this space because General Motors, Ram, some of them have other driving modes, but most of them do not have special eco modes. And the engine, this 5-liter V8, does have cylinder deactivation. It does have, of course, 10 speeds in its transmission. So it's fairly high tech. But I'm just in shock with that original number, 25 and a half. I might as well, who needs a Prius when you have this? I mean, that's a pretty good result running empty. Wow, I don't know if I can beat it in eco mode. I don't know if that's possible. Once again, this is a midpoint of my economy loop. So using eco mode, it says 23.1 mpg and about 24.6 miles, the same distance in about 42 minutes. So maybe that was a tiny bit faster than the original loop, but I'm just following traffic and speed limits and all the laws and regulations. So can I beat that incredible 25 mpg? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Let's see. Let's see what happens. All right, the second eco mode loop is complete. Same distance, 49.7, 23.5 is what the computer is saying. So it's still interesting. I mean, we got to get the results from the pump because it could say something wildly different as we just discovered. All right, let's check it out. All right, let's get to the bottom of this. Do modes make sense? Do they work? Does eco mode make sense? Okay, let's fill up. By the way, we're using the same pump. We actually had to wait another minute for somebody to leave this pump in order for us to get to the same place. So we're trying to make it as precise as possible.
Wake up this morning and think, I deserve more. You've come to the right
Okay, so using eco mode is worse. All right, let's calculate. All right, so just for good measure, 50 miles is the loop length and divide by 2.108. equals 23.7. So it's about 1 MPG worse than regular mode. So there's a couple things going on. First of all, it's also quite a bit warmer. It's about 1 p.m., 2 p.m. almost. And progressively through the day, it got hotter and hotter and hotter. So the air conditioner may have been working a little bit more on the second loop, which was my eco run, versus the first loop. But in the end, it seems to be the same. I mean, if I equaled out some of those slight environment variables, same truck, same day, same route, same driver, I think drive modes in a truck don't matter as much as you may think. But let's get back to the 0 to 60 and see how quick is it in each mode. All right, now let's see a 0 to 60 at the same place with the same truck in eco mode. All right, is it similar? Is it the same? 8.26. So the previous one was 8.22 and it went to 8.26. So it is a little slower. So, okay, that kind of makes sense, but it's only marginally so. I don't think you would be able to tell that by the seat of your pants. 4/100ths of a second is not something that you would notice purely, you know, by driving it. Only when you have, you know, precise instruments, you probably would be able to notice that. But how about sport mode? Let's check it out. All right, and finally, sport mode. Also, you know, I'm not playing with traction control systems, purely sport mode. Of course, the graphics change. My gauges look now more red. Once again, same place, same location, 8.21. So the sport mode is the quickest by 1/100th of a second. I mean, if this was the Olympics and you were swimming or running 100 meters, that would be important. But in a pickup truck that weighs 5,500 pounds, 1/100th of a second is negligible. So in reality, yes, there is slight differences between how the throttle responds. If this was a different truck, like a Raptor, for example, or a TRX Ram, you would have different sounds because the valves in the exhaust system would be operated differently. But in this truck, the way it is, this is kind of the base Tremor F-150. The modes as far as towing, eco and normal, don't really matter unless you're towing. Tow haul mode is still super important, which is what you want to use when towing. But that's the bottom line.
I'm Cheryl Lazar, and this is What's Trending. The cast of Dawson's Creek reunited, giving fans the emotional payoff they've waited decades for. Katie Holmes, Michelle Williams, and Joshua Jackson shared behind-the-scenes memories and reflected on the show's cultural impact.
Yes.
While James Vanderbeek couldn't attend, he sent a heartfelt video, and his daughters joined the cast to sing.
It's okay, I'll just click it.
No reboot is